John, what happened?
John Gotti Jr. got into chaos with Mayweather after his son lost in an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Not only this, but after facing a defeat in Floyd's hands, John Gotti Jr., the notorious, declared war against Floyd Mayweather.
Go to war. Go to war. Wage war.
This exhibition rematch also gained attention and controversies like the last one. This time, Floyd Mayweather fired a referee on the spot after yelling at him for calling his shot an illegal one. Floyd Mayweather's fights are often referred to as the game of money or the game of awareness, due to his exceptional ability to control the dynamics of a match, even while it's in progress. Chris Algieri highlighted this remarkable awareness by recalling an incident from Mayweather's HBO days, where he corrected commentators mid-fight on a claim they made. What Algieri found particularly surprising was Mayweather's ability to take this control even further, by essentially firing and replacing a referee during a match.
I think back to one of HBO days of Floyd when he's in the middle of the fight and corrects the commentators who said that, I think it was something to do with him turning southpaw, so they'd never done it before, and he, told them, corrected them, no, I've done this before. So, Floyd's one of those guys who's always been super aware of what's going on around him while the fight's going on. But for him to literally fire and hire a referee mid-contest, that's an all-time for me. That's a new one.
Chris Algieri further emphasized Floyd Mayweather's unique ability to command the ring, stating that no one else could do what Floyd did. He acknowledged that Mayweather has always been in control, and now, in the later stages of his career, he's using that control to dominate the exhibition circuit. Algieri noted that Mayweather has earned the right to put on these performances and enjoy the financial rewards that come with them. He added, "Who else would do it except for Floyd, right? Floyd is the man. He's always been in control. Now, at this point, he's making his exhibition run, which he's earned by having such a great professional career. He's out there now putting on shows, putting on performances, and getting paid." Floyd Mayweather once again demonstrated his dominance in the boxing ring during his rematch with John Gotti III in Mexico City. The exhibition bout, attended by 22,000 spectators, featured an unusual development when the referee was switched mid-fight. In the second round, Panamanian referee Hector Afu, who was officiating the match, left the ring following a disagreement with Mayweather over a left hook that Afu deemed illegal. Mayweather's frustration led to a heated exchange, prompting Afu to exit the ring in apparent anger. This unexpected situation resulted in the replacement of the referee, with Mexican official Alfredo Uruzquieta stepping in to oversee the remainder of the fight. During an episode on ProBox TV, Paulie Malignaggi weighed in on the unusual refereeing situation, drawing parallels to the theatrics of professional wrestling. He noted that both the initial fight, with its chaotic interference, and the rematch had a distinct WWE-like vibe. Paulie Malignaggi mentioned that unusual refereeing situations are not entirely uncommon in boxing. He remarked, "I'm sure there's been others. I mean, we've seen some pretty weird refereeing situations." Reflecting on the initial fight and the rematch, Malignaggi commented on the chaotic interference and the brawl that ensued, further blurring the lines between sport and entertainment. He also speculated on the odd refereeing situation, unsure whether Floyd Mayweather had actually fired the referee or if the official had walked away due to the intense pressure from Mayweather.
This was an exhibition, so it kind of takes on a little WWF or WWE effect to it. The first fight kind of did with the interference from outside the ring and the brawl outside the ring. And then this time, too, where I don't know if the referee got fired by Floyd or if the referee fired himself because he couldn't deal with Floyd yelling at him. Bit of sensitivity, I guess. But
Paulie Malignaggi further discussed the controversy surrounding the punch that led to the referee's intervention. He clarified his view that the punch was legal, explaining that John Gotti III was in a defensive position with his gloves up, and Floyd Mayweather's punch landed just behind the ear, but not in a way that would constitute an illegal rabbit punch. He added, "I did think that the shot was clean. I didn't think it was behind the head. Gotti was just covering up, giving kind of high gloves, earmuffs, and Floyd punched around the gloves, which was a little bit behind the ear, but I didn't think it was a rabbit punch." No matter how the exhibition fight unfolded, the outcome was never really in doubt. John Gotti III simply didn't stand a chance against Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather's unmatched skill, honed over decades of professional boxing at the highest level, placed him in a league far beyond Gotti's reach. Despite the drama, the mid-fight referee change, and any moments of tension, the disparity in experience and talent between the two fighters was evident. Shannon Shannon Sharpe questioned the legitimacy of the matchup between Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti III, expressing skepticism about Gotti's chances against the seasoned champion. He admitted that while he wouldn't have recommended Floyd take the fight, he understood the financial incentive. For Mayweather, earning $15–20 million in a fight where victory was virtually assured made the decision an easy one. Despite the apparent continued to discuss the financial motivations behind Floyd Mayweather's decision to take the fight, emphasizing how easy it was for Mayweather to accept such a lucrative opportunity. Sharpe pointed out that with his extensive experience and confidence in his abilities, Mayweather had little to lose by participating in a brief exhibition against an opponent he knew couldn't defeat him. While Sharpe understood why Mayweather would take the fight, he expressed confusion over John Gotti III's actions during the bout, questioning Gotti's reaction to the stoppage and wondering why he behaved the way he did. He added, "I got 200 fights under my belt, but if you're going to give me $20 million to show up and fight a guy in a 3 or 4 round exhibition, and I know the guy can't beat me, I'm going to take that easy money." So I don't blame him for taking the easy money, Skip. I just don't get what John Gotti III was thinking. I don't get why he did what he did. Shannon Sharpe criticized the way the fight was handled, particularly focusing on referee Kenny Bayless. He suggested that Bayless often appears to favor Floyd Mayweather, having officiated many of his fights, including exhibitions. While Sharpe didn't directly question Bayless's integrity, he felt that the stoppage in this instance was premature, implying that it might have been influenced by Bayless's history of officiating Mayweather. Skip Bayless, a well-known sports commentator on Fox Sports, was sharing his thoughts during this podcast with Shannon Sharpe. Skip Bayless expressed skepticism about the authenticity of the event. He suggested that the fight seemed scripted, staged, and even rehearsed, hinting that the outcome and events might have been premeditated. Bayless pointed out that Kenny Bayless, the referee, is often seen as Floyd's personal official, reinforcing the idea that the exhibition wasn't taken seriously. Skip said, "I say scripted, I say staged, I say premeditated, I say almost rehearsed, because to your point, Kenny Bayless, I think he's a distant relative of mine, but I'm not sure about that, but I love him. I've always loved him. And you're right, he's Floyd's personal referee. It's just an exhibition. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. And Floyd's being paid a whole lot of money to put on a show, but he can't really put on a show against John Gotti III." Skip Bayless shared his thoughts on Floyd Mayweather's current condition and approach to the exhibition fight with John Gotti III. He noted that Mayweather, while not in peak physical shape, doesn't need to be because of his unmatched defensive skills and boxing intelligence. According to Bayless, Floyd can rely on his experience and technique to navigate the ring, even if he's not as physically fit as he once was. Bayless suggested that Mayweather likely wanted to add some drama to the fight to entertain the audience, which might have led to the referee Kenny Bayless stopping the fight due to excessive drama. 47-year-old Floyd Mayweather maintained control throughout the fight. John Gotti III, the grandson of the infamous New York mob boss John Gotti, found himself outmatched once again. Although Gotti had a significant weight advantage, weighing in at over 160 pounds, he struggled to land any meaningful punches. His lackluster performance drew boos from the crowd, pushing him to increase his aggression in the 4th round, but Mayweather never seemed threatened. In the end, no formal winner was declared, as the bout was an exhibition, but Mayweather's dominance in skill and control was undeniable. Though he appeared slower and lacked the power of his prime years, the boxing legend easily outclassed Gotti, whose limited professional experience was evident. Whether it was all planned or it was all scripted, it has drawn PPV and money for both of the fighters for sure. Tim Bradley expressed his amazement at the unusual events during the fight, noting that he had never witnessed anything like it before. However, he pointed out that it wasn't a traditional bout, but an exhibition, where Floyd Mayweather tends to have complete control over the proceedings, particularly in these types of matches. Bradley said, "I ain't never seen anything like this before, but again, it wasn't a real fight, it was an exhibition, and Floyd pretty much controls everything, especially in these exhibitions." Tim Bradley pointed out that referee Hector Afu seemed to misunderstand the nature of the fight, treating it as a serious competition rather than the exhibition it was. Bradley noted that Afu officiated the match as if it were a traditional bout, leading to questionable decisions, including his ruling on a punch that Bradley believed was not illegal.
Man, this is just this guy Hector didn't get the memo. He thought this was a real fight. He really thought this was a real fight, and he's officiating the fight like like it's a real freaking fight. And that punch didn't stray behind the head at all.
He explained that Gotti's own movement made the punch appear as though it landed behind the head, but emphasized that a referee should recognize when a fighter creates such situations. Bradley also suggested that Afu's inexperience and possible connections, rather than his qualifications, might have contributed to his involvement in the fight.
I mean, you can even make a case that Gotti leaned forward, trying to, tuck his chin, and he got hit behind the head. And as you know, as a referee, if a guy gives you that opportunity to land behind the head by leaning forward, that's your fault at the end of the day. But this is, again, a cocky referee, didn't know his position, didn't know his job. He got the job, I don't know, maybe because he knew Suleiman or whoever in Mexico, and he got this position, but very inexperienced. Didn't get the memo that this was the exhibition. I'm glad that Floyd threw his behind out the ring because it was terrible.
Tim Bradley expressed his approval of Floyd Mayweather's decision to remove the referee from the fight, criticizing the referee's poor performance. Bradley's frustration stemmed from what he viewed as bad officiating, and he lamented that such actions aren't possible in professional boxing. He voiced a wish that referees making bad calls could be removed mid-fight to ensure fairness and accuracy in officiating. He remarked, "I'm glad that Floyd threw his behind out of the ring because it was terrible, and I wish that this could happen in real boxing. I wish that you could throw the referee out if he's, making bad calls and refereeing the wrong way." Bradley further expanded on his idea, advocating for a policy change in professional boxing that would allow for the replacement of underperforming referees during a fight. He argued that having the ability to swap out referees would improve the integrity of the sport, ensuring that the match is officiated properly from start to finish. He added his finalized comment saying, "I wish we could get rid of referees during the course of a fight and bring in a real damn referee to officiate the damn fight. This should be a policy. If you're trashing it up as a referee, we can get a new ref in there. Get that ref out and get a new referee." The first fight between John Gotti III and Floyd Mayweather was met with significant criticism, primarily due to the chaotic events that unfolded in the ring. The bout ended in controversy, with a mass brawl breaking out after the fight was stopped in the sixth round due to excessive holding. Critics argued that the match lacked the discipline and structure expected of a professional event, further fueling skepticism about the legitimacy and purpose of such exhibition bouts. The chaotic nature of the fight overshadowed any competitive aspects, leading to widespread disapproval from both fans and boxing analysts. Skip Bayless offered a blunt assessment of the matchup between John Gotti III and Floyd Mayweather Jr., stating that neither fighter truly belonged in the ring together. He suggested that Gotti was out of his depth facing a legend like Mayweather, but also implied that Mayweather, given his stature and skills, shouldn't have engaged in a bout with an opponent of Gotti's caliber. Bayless said, "He didn't belong in the ring with Floyd Mayweather Jr., but Floyd didn't belong in the ring with him either." To McGregor, the fight seemed devoid of any real substance or competitive merit, and he made it clear that the titles at stake held little value in his eyes. What truly caught his attention wasn't the fight itself, but the chaos that erupted afterward. In McGregor's view, the brawl that followed was the most entertaining part of the night, easily overshadowing the lackluster action that took place in the ring. Conor McGregor, never one to mince words when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, quickly dismissed the exhibition match against John Gotti III as a meaningless spectacle. The outspoken MMA star didn't hesitate to voice his skepticism, questioning both the significance and legitimacy of the bout.
How do you think Floyd did against Gotti?
I wasn't that impressed, to be honest with you.
So what could have been better?
I don't know what he's at. There's no meaning behind it. He's just, here and there. There's no meaning behind the belt.
Back up.
There's nothing to it. I enjoyed the brawl afterwards more than I did the actual belt.
Following the chaotic events of their previous exhibition match, Floyd Mayweather took the opportunity to respond to the criticisms and rumors that had emerged. He directly confronted the accusations of disrespect and suggestions that the fight had been staged. Mayweather clarified that the varied fighting styles, some more aggressive, others more defensive, contribute to the unpredictable and intense nature of exhibition bouts, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and heated moments.
It all depends on what they want to do. Some want to move around heavy, some want to move around light. So, in the last exhibition, a lot of disrespect. So it got a little crazy. From what I was hearing, a lot of people on social media were saying that it was fake or it was scripted. Absolutely not true. You see that it was fights all around the arena, so when something like that happens, it can't be fake or rehearsed.
Emotions were definitely flying that night.
Probably so. I was cool. I really wasn't tripping. From what I'm told, we spoke. My team has spoke to his team, and before the end of the year, I think we're gonna make it happen.
Ooh, the rematch.
Yes.
Not only McGregor, but the Bull also criticized the impacts of the last fight on Floyd Mayweather's legacy. Reflecting on the previous encounter, Floyd Mayweather faced his share of criticism. Sammy the Bull Gravano didn't hold back, labeling the fight a show, a sentiment shared by many. Despite the controversy, Gravano recognized that the event was likely a financial win for both fighters. He also weighed in on John Gotti III's chances, suggesting that Gotti would only stand a real chance of winning in a no-holds-barred MMA fight, rather than in a traditional boxing match.
I thought it was a show that they can make money. A couple of people asked me before the fight, so I said Mayweather is a great fighter. He's unbeaten. But beyond unbeaten, he's a talented boxer. So I said, if the kid fights him in a ring, a boxing ring, he'll lose. If he fights him in a cage, he's a big, strong, strappy kid, and you could fight any which way. I think he'd have a shot at beating Mayweather. What happened? I watched it. He cheapened the whole thing. You made money. It was a bullshit fight.
At the press conference, John Gotti Jr. appeared visibly annoyed when Floyd Mayweather was introduced as the best fighter in the world with the best records. His frustration was evident as he abruptly stood up and ordered Gotti to leave. Later, Gotti Jr. expressed the deep-rooted fighting spirit of his family, emphasizing their unwavering resilience. He passionately declared, "If you know anything about the Gotti family, you know we're fighting some bastards. That's what we are. We fight. We fight the government. We fight anybody who wants to fight us. That's who we are. We fight. We have a fighting spirit within us. We defend each other. We stand up for what we believe is right." Whereas if we talk about the previous fight, it was nothing less than a drama. The first exhibition match between Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti III quickly descended into chaos. The fight, held in June 2023, was marred by tensions and controversy, culminating in the 6th round when referee Kenny Bayless stopped the bout due to excessive holding by Gotti. However, Gotti refused to accept the decision and continued to throw punches at Mayweather, sparking a mass brawl that involved members from both camps storming the ring. The situation escalated into a wild scene, with fights breaking out both inside and outside the ring. After that match, Floyd announced a rematch that just happened, but ended up in controversy too. After the announcement of the rematch, John Gotti Jr. expressed his belief that Floyd Mayweather made a significant mistake by granting a rematch to his son, John Gotti III. While he acknowledged Mayweather's honor in keeping his word and arranging the rematch, Gotti Jr. was confident that his son would surpass expectations. He said, "I think Floyd made a mistake. He honored his word and gave John a rematch. He's a man of his word, and he's an honorable man, but I think he made a big mistake. John takes retests better than anybody else I've ever seen, and I think the fighter you're going to see enter the ring on August 24th is going to blow your minds. That's what I believe." However, after the fight, John Gotti Jr.'s stance softened as he reflected on the experience. He expressed gratitude for the opportunity to be associated with Floyd Mayweather, acknowledging the honor of being in Mayweather's orbit. Although the outcome wasn't what they had hoped for, Gotti Jr. remained optimistic about the future, believing that they would have another chance to succeed. He conveyed confidence that things would go their way in the next encounter.
We were honored to be there. He was honored to be with Floyd Mayweather. We were honored to be in that orbit. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way we would have wanted it to work out. But we believe this time around, when we have this chance to do this redo, we believe it's going to work out our way.
John Gotti Jr. emphasized the rarity and significance of the opportunity his son, John Gotti III, had to step into the ring with a legend like Floyd Mayweather. He pointed out that despite his son's relatively limited experience in professional boxing, having only 2 pro boxing matches under his belt, he was still given the chance to face one of the greatest fighters of all time. Gotti Jr. highlighted how many fighters, who have poured their blood and sweat into the sport, would give anything for such an opportunity. He said, "The simple fact is, how often can a fighter with his pro career in MMA and only 2 pro boxing matches get to be in the ring with the great Floyd Mayweather? How many fighters who have given their blood and sweat would give one of their digits, to be fighting Floyd Mayweather?" Gotti Jr. expressed how deeply his son John appreciated this unique opportunity. He stressed that John fully understood the significance of the moment and was determined not to let it slip by. Confident in his son's ability to rise to the occasion, Gotti Jr. believed that John would make the most of the chance and make everyone proud. He added then, "John is graced with that and he appreciates it, he understands it, absorbs it, and that's why this moment, this opportunity, will not get lost on John. Believe me, he'll make us all proud." Whether it was a payoff check for John Gotti III or it was a controlled and planned fight for Floyd, it brought fans together. Do you think that everything on the rematch was pre-planned and scripted? Do share your thoughts with us, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can connect over boxing.